Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Today is October 29th, 2019. This video is sponsored by camerastore.com. And let's start with my little mistake last week. I announced finally the Alfred paper, which is there. And I totally forgot to mention the film. I read Alfred's email wrong and I understood the film was going to be announced later down the road. So the big news is Alfred came out with multigrade generation 5 RC resin coated paper, which last one was released 25 years ago, which is pretty cool that they're still investing, time and resources to making new paper. This paper supposedly has deeper blacks, it's better for toning and such. That box is going to get used very soon, but I can't forget it here in the news studio. And yeah, basically Alfred came out with that. Also, they came out with the ortho film, and for those who don't know, orthochromatic film is not sensitive to red, so it kind of gives, let's say, a strange contrast or a different contrast to what we're used to seeing. It kind of looks a bit like collodion or wet plate photography, and it's an ISO 80 film. It's going to be coming in 35 and 120 format, which is medium format, and it was already in the market in sheet film in their special order. So it's not a new emulsion. It's nothing new. It's new in the format it's coming in. So a lot of people are excited. Some people were let down. A lot of people wanted color. I don't know why we would think Alfred would just whip color out of their, production. And that's for a totally different video, especially I'm probably going to make an opinion video about that. But yeah, and then they also released a partnership with Patterson for film starter kit, which will come with their simplicity chemicals and like a reel and a tang and all that, which is great for starting. And then they're also coming out with something already announced beforehand because I saw, I guess, leaked pictures, and it was a reloadable, reusable kind of like single shot camera. So it kind of gives you that point and shoot vibe, but it's more like the shots are going to probably look like disposable cameras, but it's not disposable, which is great for the environment and everything. And it already comes included with 2 rolls of Kent Mirror film, which is great. It's what Kodak should have done with their M35 camera, which so far is not on, sold anywhere else but Asia. And yeah, basically those were the announcements by Alfred. They were at Photo Plus, they did a photo walk. Alfred was there, Intrepid was there, all these people were there. I'm super jealous. I wish I would have gone. It was funny because a couple years ago Photo Plus also happened, and I had an article and a website I kind of let die, and there was nothing about analog back then, but now there's a huge analog resurgence. So that's good news for all of us. And speaking of Intrepid Zine number 1 is back in stock, and I still have my first one, which I was going to give away, and I'm still going to give away. I just need to remember to record that. So if you want to go buy it, first time it sold out like in 2 days or less. So good news from those people that want to have a zine back. Version 1's out in the market, so go get yours. Then from Stearman Press, we've had a little device calculator, which is called the Zonecalc, which is kind of like a paper calculator for your exposures to, for the zone system. So 0, n+1, n-1, and all that. You can download it and make your own. They're also going to be selling like a better one on their website. And I think there was some at Photo Plus X in New York that they were giving away at Freestyle. But yeah, for those who are loving the zone system and want something fast and reliable, this supposedly little calculator will do what it's supposed to do. Then we have news from Stenopeika, Italian camera maker, has released a video and the new 14x17 large format camera. And when you get in that size, it's ultra large format. And he has a couple of solutions from the previous version that make it easier. And anyone that shoots ultra large format knows that easier is always welcome because these cameras are big, bulky, and hard to use. So good for Stenopeika. Then there's a piece of news which is going to be for a small market, and is the people that use glass film holders. And before film was actually gelatin and what we use today, it used to be shot on top of glass, and there were dry plates and wet plates. Dry plates, I think, were an advancement after wet plates, and you could take your film with you without having to pour it at the time, like the wet plate. And when film started, there were adapters. There were these stealths that would go into your wet, like glass plate film holder, and you could put this stealth that would basically help you load normal film, like the one we use today. So these things are really rare to find, and sometimes they're really beat up, and they let you use some plates on older cameras that don't have normal film holders. And a subscriber and friend actually found there's someone making 9x12 inserts. So basically the stealth that goes inside, 9x12 brand new. They're like €7, which is very affordable. So if you're one that's looking for this, you can go get them. He's using them for something very different, which I will share very soon. But it's pretty cool to see someone making something like that new. They're not making the film holders new, but you do have the Pictographica and Steve from Chroma making their wet plate, dry plate holders. So it could be a conjunction that could work together. Then we have news from the one instant. Not only did I receive my film, but I've already shot my film and I've already made a video about it, but it's editing at the time. So they've made an update about shipping their film, and they've made an update about a guide how to use their film. And this guide was not there when I shot my film, so it took me a little bit of learning how to use it. But hopefully, if you're receiving your one instant right now, you can watch that guide and you can learn how to shoot it, not like I did, which I almost screwed up one shot. But it's good news that they're shipping and that they're, making guides for it. I have to say the results are sort of what I expected, but still comparing it to FP100C, which is what I had to compare, it's hard to, I really missed FP100C, let's say that. It's better than nothing, but the results are not perfect. I really hope that they develop some sort of chemistry and paper that will not be as good as FP100C, but it will be better than what they're offering right now. That's all I can say. Then we have an update from the Jollylook. For those who can't remember, Jollylook was that cardboard Instax mini camera that basically looked like an antique folder, and you could take your film out with a little crank. They had a successful Kickstarter, a very unsuccessful campaign. So basically, bunch of problems throughout. They've had problems in manufacturing, they've had to change factories and all these sort of problems. People are pretty upset, and I think they've shipped around 30% of all the cameras. I might be wrong on that number. But they're basically run out of resources, and they're shipping very small quantities little by little. And they're asking their backers and other people, I'm guessing their backers, if they should just call it a day and send cameras slowly, or open a new Kickstarter for a wooden version Jollylook, and then with those funds, finish the previous one. So if you were a backer and you want to pitch in, it might be the time. If you're angry about the Kickstarter, I'm really sorry. Things happen. But yeah, news from the Jollylook. Then we have news from 20th Century Cameras. He's made a Graph-Lock back, 3D printed back, that will, you unscrew your Graph-Lock from a 3x4 camera, and it's a 4x5 back, which you insert your 4x5, but it shoots 3.4. So basically you get like a frame inside your picture. And the good thing is it's rotating, so you can rotate, and also you can use normal film 4x5. Yes, you lose some real, how do you say, space, but basically it's a good option to shoot 4x5 on 3x4 cameras. Graph-Lock by 3x4s are usually affordable and easy to find, especially the super Graph-Locks, the ones you look down with the waist level finder, which are pretty cool. So yeah, then we have news from Ars Imago. Ars Imago has come out with a new developer called Number 9, which is supposedly made with the original Agfa Rodinal chemistry. So if you're in Italy or close by, also they have a store in Switzerland, if I'm not wrong, you can go get yourself 250 milliliters of the old Agfa Rodinal chemistry. That will render many rolls. Also from Ars Imago, we have film canisters, and they've been coming out with these metallic film canisters. Not this one, this one's plastic. Metallic film canisters that are screw-on cap. So for 120 medium format film and 35. Good thing is metallic is recyclable better and usually doesn't break so easily. So I'm glad that they're making these metallic options. You can take 1-2 rolls. They're individual rolls. They're not like a pack like the Japan Camera Hunter cases or something like that. So yeah, if you're into that kind of thing, you can go check it out. Then we have an update from Kodak Alaris and their film travel, advice, basically with all the new CT scanners, if I'm not wrong, that basically fog your film even though it's never being shot. Well, probably, or shot film. Basically anything that's not being developed, it'll fog it. Whatever, 1 time, 2 times, it'll just fog it. Filming your camera. So they're upgrading or updating their film advice about basically asking for hand inspection always. So that takes, you know, the issue off the table of what do I do with my film. I really wonder what will happen with Instax film, because that kind of film is what most people probably are traveling nowadays, because it's 800 ISO film. So if that gets fogged, that's a big issue for people. Good thing is you can see it immediately. You just shoot one shot and it'll come out. If someone put Instax through the news scanner and has shot it and it fogged or not, let me know below so I can update people in the news next week. And then someone sent me a video and an article, basically a little Facebook post from someone in China, which I've seen make different products, and I think he even sells the Shanghai ultra large format film and stuff. And it's a portable Polaroid 8x10 processor. So for those who don't know, Impossible Project bought the factory of Polaroid. Then it was turned into Polaroid Originals like a year ago. So they still sell 8x10 Polaroid film. And to develop it, you can't do it in camera, not like the 4x5s or the 6XX70 or the 600 pack film or the Instax, and none of that. This, you have to put in a special film holder, then you have to put another layer, then you have to put it to a processor. And these processors are getting super expensive and super rare. Some people cannibalize them for their rollers because they have to be in good conditions. So this person, and I'll post the link to his Facebook post, has come up with a portable 8x10 processor. So it's pretty petite because the processor is this big usually, and then when you open the flaps, it's like this big. It's pretty small. If it's portable, maybe you can use batteries, or maybe it's hand cranked, I don't know. But it's pretty awesome because you can maybe now find an option to shoot Polaroid 8x10 film. Remember that I updated a couple months ago about the Polaroid 8x10 holders made new by someone, I think in Taiwan or something like that. So I'll see if I can find that link and post it too. But that makes it doable to shoot Polaroid 8x10 film nowadays. So all very good news. So yeah, guys, that's the news for this week. Also, I want to make a quick little thing. Someone asked me about super film support, what's happening with that. I got so many requests that required more thorough videos than just me giving an explanation, that I printed them all. I have a binder and I'm working through super film support questions little by little. So it'll take me time, but I'll get there. So remember, superfilmsupport.com. If you have any film questions, and I'll do my best to answer you in a video. As always, if you have any information, you can send an email to the email below. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next week.